The next day we caught a boat back to the mainland and hopped in the car and drove down to the little mountain town of Boquete. Everything was booked, so we finally found an unfinished room in the back of this family's house. The door was completely stuck. They had us climb in the window. Boquete is pretty famous for hiking and some hot springs and delicious coffee. So we drank some good coffee and walked around the town, saw some really cool art, and then we drove toward the dirt road to go to the hot spring and immediately realized this shitty rental car is not going to make it down this steep, bumpy, rutted dirt road. A truck rolled up with a family in the back and we hitched a ride with them. They were really, really cool.
They took us down to the river and shared their beer with us, and we all had a wonderful Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Chilling with them. Then we all went to the hot springs together and had a good soak.
The drive back down the rocky road in the truck, we got to see a gorgeous sunset. When we got back to the car, we continued south and parked at Las Lajas Beach and found a lovely cabin to spend the evening in. It was excruciatingly hot. The cabin didn't have any screens on it, and the windows were wide open in order to not pass out in the heat. And a lot of bugs came in,
including this giant beetle.
We actually set up our tents inside of the cabin. Cole and John slept in theirs because they didn't want to get attacked by mosquitoes. Becky and I just sprayed bug spray all over ourselves and enjoyed the luxurious beds.
We had been spending most of our nights camping out with them. They never slept as well as we did, so Nicole offered to splurge for a night at a nice location with air conditioning in the room.
It was baller.
Relax in style.
We lived it up at the beach resort and got pretty drunk. We had a good time playing around in the resort pool.
We headed back up to the mountains after that to Santa Fe, where we took the car up some roads that a car of its nature should not go up, and hiked out to a nice little waterfall.
John is really good at off-roading cars.
And then we camped by the river by a place that rents tubes, and in the morning took a tubing tour with them. It was pretty awesome, but the water level was extremely high. They said it was like the craziest it would be and they would still let people go.
Yeah, the rapids were really fun. I had never gone tubing before in a river like that, and it was pretty great. Everyone was ejected. Somehow I wasn't, and I don't know how.
I came out of my tube and just flailing down the river. It's kind of scary.
The guide was really awesome, though, and
he rescued me.
Oh, they had a really cute puppy there, also.
After that, we headed back down to the beach to Santa Catalina to go to Coiba Island and go diving.
There was a really rad sculpture in the parking lot of the hotel where we stayed.
Diving in Coiba is very challenging. There's insane current.
Yeah, this was only my 7th dive ever, because I learned in Honduras, and it was kind of insane. It was pretty cool to be pulled by the current, but I almost just drifted away.
You literally had to like sink to the bottom and grab rocks and claw your way across to where you needed to be for a lot of it. And then when we were doing our safety stop, he told us to just let go, and the whole mob of us were just drifting together doing our safety stop, and we ended up like 200 feet to the west of where we'd started.
Yeah, basically you just surface and then put up a giant sign and the boat just drives over and picks you up, because it is literally impossible to surface where you went down because of the current. There's no coral there, so holding onto rocks is pretty safe.
We did a surface interval at Coiba Island and get the capuchin monkeys, looked for the giant alligator, but he wasn't out, and tried to get some good photos of the very fast-moving iguanas. They had a bunch of giant whale bones there, too.
When we got back, we ate some delicious pizza and then headed to Panama City.